Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another That Range Life, a Gear Talk.
A Gear Talk.
With me, as always, is Bill Bush of DrivingRangeHeroes.com. You can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at Range Heroes. My name is Chris McEwen. You can follow me at Chris McEwen. Today we've got
Hey, tell them where we are.
We are at X Golf in, what town are we in?
Downers Grove, Illinois.
Right, just out the city.
Just out the
city. It's kind of our official, unofficial headquarters for testing.
These days.
Yeah. So anyways, we have got a very special Gear Talk, very popular. The people have been asking for this.
Demanding.
You're right, demanding it. And so we're going to talk about the E722 driver.
From Tour Edge.
And the C722 driver from Tour Edge. So, Bill, why don't you give the people kind of the lowdown on whether or not they're E or C and what the difference is?
Are you E or C? Yeah, that's the campaign, right, that Tour Edge is doing here.
Right.
So, in short, C Series is going to be the more competitive spec discerning player. Don't get hung up on that. Does not mean it's a players-only driver. The E Series, as Chris is struggling to get the head covers off right now, the E Series is the higher MOI, more forgiveness, easier launch, a little more spin option for what I'm calling the mere mortals. Now, before we get too into it, I just want to make it clear, E Series does not mean game improvement. You are going to see a lot of former major winners on the Champions Tour playing it. It's not like, I can't think of a better way to say it. Like, it's not a super game improvement driver. It's a highly forgiving, high MOI driver that's easy to hit and is going to keep your shot nice and straight. Okay? Want to make that clear. The C is not a replacement for like the Pro 721 from last year. It's just a smaller profile, a little bit a deeper face, but it is going to be for a better ball striker. Now, that said, as we get into it and talk about it more, the C Series, I want to say it's 445 cc, 440, something like that. Yeah. So it is smaller.
Yeah.
But I have the game to play it. I'm not a professional.
Right.
So there's the E versus C things. Don't get put off by what player you are. Still try both of them, see where you fit.
For sure.
Now, let's get into the differences between the two. You'll see in the E Series, there's only one sole weight in the back of the head. That's making the center of gravity low and back, higher launch, higher MOI, more forgiving, easier to hit straight. And high MOI, just to refresh people, means as it hits the ball, it's not going to want to twist. It's going to want to stay straight.
Right.
That helps.
Right.
Returning in the Tour Edge Series this year is Ridgeback technology, which is a spine that stabilizes the head of the club and makes it so the head keeps its shape at impact and doesn't get like this and all wobbly and spend energy retaining its shape, getting back to normal. It goes back into the ball. All right. A lot of carbon still on it. Also helps them manipulate the center of gravity where they want it to be instead of wasting weight in the crown, the sole, etc. That's the E Series.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. Both of them. Diamond Face 2.0 technology. Or VFT. VFT 2.0's last year. VFT.
Okay.
61 diamond shapes behind the face.
Yeah.
What that does, trampoline effect. Gives it more spring, especially towards the edges of the club. So you normally hit them and lose 30 to 60 yards. You're going to keep your ball speed up.
Okay.
More distance, more forgiveness, etc.
Basically, they're giving you more CG towards the back, helps with launch. Right. Balancing the face a little bit more, better MOI through the ball.
Correct.
And more forgiveness across the face with the diamond face.
Now, in the C Series, you have two weights. You have one towards the front, one towards the back. You can load the center of gravity forward if you want, which is going to be a lower piercing flight. Keep your spin down. The higher speed players who can get up on the ball are going to like that. I tend to not do well with the center of gravity low and forward. It's a feel thing for me. But it does work. It will bring your spin and your launch down. I experience the same. Or you can have the weight in the back for that lower is not right. Higher MOI, higher launch, a little extra spin to hold it there. Now, that said, you're getting this extra spin in both of them it's not going to be super spinny still. Like they do a really good job at keeping the spin down and manageable where you want it to be in a driver. That's going to help you control it, not spin it off the face of the planet.
Okay. Yeah.
So same thing, diamond face in it, Ridgeback in the C series, but you like to work the ball a little bit more, manipulate your shots, probably be more of a C series player. That's the basics. Am I forgetting anything?
I don't think so.
I did forget the
pretty
riser
thorough.
sole. Riser sole as part of the Ridgeback. There's like a new spine down the sole of the club as
Sure.
well, which works with the Ridgeback to keep that stability.
Okay.
And it lowers the CG even more.
Wow.
Because the more they can go down, the lower it's going to be, the more it's going to help you. So that's what's going on in the E and C series from Tour Edge this year. Pretty excited to get them on the monitor and show people what they're made of. We've hit them before, we've talked about it, but they're good clubs. So
I was gonna say, per YouTube law,
yeah.
hitting montage.
Let's go hit the living daylights out of it.
All right. Now you said we'd hit these before, just as for funsies.
Yes.
But we couldn't really get good numbers because you had them all taped up. Remember, because we couldn't actually show them to the public.
Well, that, and we still need to take really fancy
nice
pictures of them for the reviews and what have you.
Because as you can see here, this is the E, which is kind of common for both of us with this E. Lots of heel shots.
Yeah.
On this, which is interesting. But talk about performance now. Now we've hit them.
So part of that reason being, I think the shaft. We had the stock Ventus Red,
right?
4T core, not the same as the Velo core, but still a good golf shaft. That's going to be a higher launching, higher spinning shaft, a little softer. Probably not great fits for either of us. But yeah, we were hitting a lot of them off the heel, but that would normally be death. In our case, we were still getting plenty of distance, plenty of launch balls getting up in the air and going. While not optimal per se, still better than we deserved. And that's really the whole point. Now, if we spent more time, got the right shaft in it, get that thing to the center of the face, the thing would be, I'm sure, would be bombing.
Yeah.
But really the story of it is how forgiving it is. And once, a common theme with actual good forgiving clubs these days, getting results you don't deserve. Many of the drivers I've had in my past, that's a spot in the face where the golf ball goes to die.
Right.
And to still be hitting the ball 285 yards on target, missing there, I'll take it.
Yeah.
It works for me.
Yeah, and we'll throw we can throw some data up on the screen here wherever. I know everyone wants data, but data is it's personal. It's
Yeah, it's not my data is not your data. My
Right.
swing is not, and that's the thing. God, I get the comments all the time. Like,
Right.
just because I hit this shaft with this head at this speed, like, does not mean you're going to have the same experience.
Right.
Even if you swing the club as fast as I do, or,
Right.
or as slow as I do, almost as slow as you do. Sorry.
That's fair. But like tempo plays a factor, and all these different things play a factor.
How
But,
you deliver to the ball, so many things, right?
Yeah.
So, so there's that. It's a super forgiving driver. It feels great. All the tech does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
You can read the review at driverangeheroes.com if you want more on it, because I have spent more time with it and with different combinations where I did have a lot of the same results that you'll see in that review. Because when you get it dialed in, like I said, it's going to pop, and it does. It's very, very good.
One of the things when I talked about this the data or whatever, the numbers, but the swing style, the first time we hit it, we were both kind of, I don't know if flabbergasted is the right term, but like your swing is what, 10 miles
dumbfounded,
dumbfounded, 10 miles per hour faster probably than mine, give or take. And yet we kept finding the center of the face on this thing. Like our swings are very different. You're a Mr. Hockey guy. I'm a baseball player.
We had the same shaft in the club and just sort of stepped up and started swinging it.
Yeah.
And and the first time we did it, we had the tape on, so it was really marking where you were hitting on the face. And you would have sworn it was like the same person took 60 shots on it and found the center every time. I've never seen anything like that, where two people are going to take the same club and just be that middle without any real fitting work or anything. And
it was really quite something.
Something special.
Quite something.
I'm not trying to be ridiculous, but that was the first time we used it. And as for me, putting the right shaft combination in too, like, it's very easy to control. I feel like I can swing out of my shoes and still, I mean, I'm not telling you.
We were trying. A few times we were trying.
My dispersion's going to be like every ball landing in the same spot, but I'm hitting big tailing fades. I'm not really in any season form, I think is the term I used for you earlier.
Right, it's February.
So that push draw isn't exactly happening yet, but I'm hitting these big, huge power fades back into the middle of the fairway with plenty of distance and carry and total, or just a low piercing power cuts or whatever, right? Just everything. No matter what I did, seemed like wants to get in play where I needed to be.
Yeah, we were like kind of playing with it, like toying with it to see like how much can we do with this club.
On one of our trips to X Golf, I told you, I'm at the point now where I want to try Happy Gilmore swings. We're getting so silly with it. And just,
I know.
The thing wants to stay and play and go.
Yeah.
It goes.
And I think not to give away any sort of what's in the bag video that may be forthcoming.
Yeah.
But it's highly probable
it's going to be tough
that this one makes it. We haven't hit everything yet, obviously, that's out there in the market this year. But, boy, I can't imagine something being better than this club.
At this point, I've drank enough of the Kool-Aid and I've had enough time with it. Like, I'm feeling comfortable and dialed in with it already. And I've hit maybe like 3-4 sessions with it.
Right.
But the C722 is very powerful, feels incredible, sounds incredible. Again, like the E722 shots, I'm like, I didn't deserve that, are still going 285 in the air. And I had some in one of our sessions with it.
Yeah.
I was carrying it 3, rolling out to like 322.
Right. I mean, I had a ball that went 300 yards off the face of that thing.
You had multiple.
And I've got no business
hitting
a ball that far.
I'd say much as we were finding the center of the face.
For sure.
That's the biggest thing they always stress. Like, for everything, find the center of the face first and everything else kind of can fall into place. So there's something to be said there. But I don't know. Anybody can say or think whatever they want. The results so far have spoken for themselves, and it feels great.
Yeah.
It looks great. It looks so good behind the ball.
It's a great club.
Hats off to her. I feel bad because it's like we're not giving the E722 driver the time it deserves. It's a very good driver, but C722 is unreal. And it's like I feel like I've texted you after we've hit them a few times. Like,
I know.
I can't believe how good that club is. I think about it in my sleep.
We were trying to tell our wives about how great it was, and neither cared.
Not
but
at all.
They still had to hear about it. But
one thing I forgot to point out earlier on both these, by the way, I don't remember off the top of my head the stock weights. They list them on the Tour Edge site
sure.
that come with it, but they will make individual weights or a weight kit available so you can manipulate the CG and MOI.
And
further.
adjustable hosel too, it looks like, right?
It is an adjustable hosel.
For both. I believe,
Real
yes.
exciting. We're playing them both neutral.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but you can, add loft.
You can play with it if you wanted to, yeah.
Or take loft away.
Right. All right. I think that's pretty good.
I think that's good. I check them out. If they're honestly in the conversation with every other premium driver, and they're going to save you a couple $100 on top of that. But they belong in that conversation. Will be very popular on the Champions Tour. I think the more amateur immortal golfers like us that get out there and try them, a lot more people start playing them. They're really good.
Yeah, I agree. All right, that is the Tour Edge E722 and C722 driver. This is that Range Life Gear Talk. That's Bill Bush at Range Heroes, drivingrangeheroes.com. I'm Chris McEwen at Chris McEwen. We'll see you next time.